This has been an absolutely dreadful month for investors and collectors who have speculated on this year's football rookie class. But even basketball, including Cooper Flagg, have seen some massive losses as well. Millions of dollars in cash has been burned this month alone by the drop in rookie card prices. What are the lessons to be learned, and is this just a pattern that will forever repeat itself? We'll tell you what we think next. Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another episode of Cards on the Table. Carter, Lecter. Well, we got the A team in here today.
There we go.
Good to see you. I think last time I called you the B team.
You called us the C team.
We got the A team in here today.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Teapot's out on vacation.
Yeah.
You guys are in, and we got a great episode today, and I'm sorry that we got to start with such bad news. Such a rough topic, guys. This is just when you thought things couldn't get any worse. They did. Because a couple of weeks ago on this show, we talked about how Cam Skattebo was out for the season. His cards were dropping. Jackson Dart got injured. His cards were dropping. Cam Ward was playing like horribly. Ashton Jeanty playing poorly. And then since then, Travis Hunter's out for the season. And then just this last weekend, Dillon Gabriel for the Browns, he goes down with injury. And in trots Shedeur Sanders, who goes like, 4 for 16? It has an absolute
13 QBR.
has an absolutely disastrous debut. And oh yeah, by the way, this last weekend, if you look back at last year's rookie class, Michael Penix injured, out for the season. J.J. McCarthy struggling mightily in that game. Jaden Daniels now rumored that he may be shut down for the entire season as well. He may be gone for this season.
Real.
C.J. Stroud injured from the season before, that bright star from a couple of years ago who's now, his card prices have been beat up 2 years in a row. Guys, it is rough right now. Yeah. In the last 30 days, these card prices, Cam Skattebo is down 36% across all of his cards on average over the last 30 days, according to Market Movers. Dillon Gabriel's down over 33%. Travis Hunter's down 26%. Cam Ward's down 25%. Jackson Dart's down 23%. Ashton Jeanty's down 22%. Shedeur Sanders is down 17%, and I bet his are going to be down more this next week. Just in the last 30 days, there have been so few bright spots. There's been a couple, like with this year's football rookie class. You've got Egbuka for Tampa Bay, he's been doing well, but even he's quieted down a little bit from where he was earlier in the season. Tyler Warren's been doing well. Judkins has been doing well. But outside of that, there's not a lot to cheer about. And those guys aren't really heavily collected. All the money is going into all the other names I mentioned, like Jackson Dart and Cam Ward and Travis Hunter. Those are the guys who have just burned millions of dollars for speculators who have been buying up their cards and just seeing the prices drop. And it's not just football, even though that's a very obvious tale. If you switch over to basketball, would you believe that over the last 30 days, Cooper Flagg's cards are down more than any of the players I just mentioned? As a collective, Cooper Flagg's cards in the last 30 days are down over 56%. His cards have been tanking across the board as he did not start the season with maybe the firepower and that some expected him to, right? He came out of the gate a little slower than some expected him to, and the hype did not match reality, at least in his first set of games, and his cards have just fallen off a bit of a cliff ever since then. So it's been a rough month for anybody out there, anybody watching, any collector, investor, speculator who has any money in these football rookies, even some of the second and third year football quarterbacks who aren't named Drake May or Bo Nix. Those guys are good. Everybody else,
Right.
And even Cooper Flagg. So my question to you guys, is this just unlucky? Is this just particularly an unlucky football rookie class, especially this year with all the injuries and the bad play? Or is this the pattern that collectors should be careful about? What is the lesson here? Carter, I'm going to start with you.
Well, the truth is this draft class was weak coming out of the gate. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the fact that we didn't even have multiple quarterbacks coming, drafted out of the top 10, and some of the names you mentioned aren't even in the first round. I mean, these guys aren't first rounders. Dylan Gabriel, Shadur Sanders, and Cam Scatabo, they're not first rounders. Judkins was a second rounder. Like, these guys weren't primed to be great. You know what I mean? So, but here's the key that you didn't mention. All these teams, or all these players that these teams are on, they're losers.
Yeah, they're bad teams.
They all suck.
They are bad teams.
So
you're right.
they all suck. Every single one of them. There's two.
They do though. They do.
All suck.
They do.
There's two rookies that you mentioned, Amika and Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
They're both on winning teams.
Yeah.
The Bucks and the Colts.
Yeah.
Every other name you mentioned, they're not winning this year. There may be a little bit of argument for the Jags. I know they just crushed the Chargers.
Like the Jags.
But Travis Hunter's hurt. He's hurt. He hasn't done great on either side of the ball. You've seen flashes, but not exciting. Not what people expected. But everyone else, they're on losing teams.
The worst teams in football, really.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Titans, the Raiders, the Giants. I mean, you're talking about some of the worst teams in football. The
Browns got 2 wins. These guys are all going to be in the top 5 picks next year. So this is, that's what this tells me. It's you got to win. You got to win. And that's what drives these rookies. If you can get in the playoffs and you get the opportunities for these rookies to have big plays in primetime games, you're going to see the market go in their favor. But when they're not and they're losing, there's nothing to pay attention to, sadly. C.J. Stroud, the Texans can't win either. He's hurt now, right? I see Drake May and Bo Nix. They're crushing it. Both teams have 8 straight wins right now. That's why their market's exploding.
And those are the 2 stories from the last 3 seasons, the 2 rookie stories that really stand out as like, okay, those are the guys in football that you would have made a lot of money on if you bought their cards.
But the Falcons, they've had a rough year with high expectations.
Very disappointing.
The Vikings, J.J. McCarthy was hurt. They're still not winning, right? So, but Drake May and Bo Nix, they both won 8 straight. They're both crushing it. They're leading their teams. And I don't even think the Broncos are that good. They've made some comebacks. They've kind of shot themselves in the foot a lot, but Bo Nix continues to climb because of the score at the end of each week.
That's right.
So is your advice to the collectors out there to only buy rookies who are going on to good teams, good organizations, good franchises?
You got to believe that they're going to win. You got to believe that they're going to win.
Although I will say, Drake May, his first year with New England, that was pretty dreadful.
Right.
Yeah, it was tough.
Then they fired the coach. They switched things up. Caleb Williams, his first year with the Bears, dreadful. They fired the coach. They switched things up. He's better this year. You could maybe classify him not quite in with Drake May and Bo Nix, but he's a semi-okay spot, I would say.
Well, he's going to reach that point if they can win the division.
Yeah.
So you got to take the opportunity. If you're a believer in these teams in the future, then there's going to be an opportunity to buy here between now and through the offseason, right? Because some of these guys, if the Giants start winning next year, you can expect a similar explosion with Jackson Dart, similar to Drake May and Bo Nix.
Maybe Jaden Daniels when he gets back next year, because his stuff's down a lot right now too.
Exactly.
With him being out and maybe out for the rest of the season, his stuff's down a ton, which is really, really sad. Yeah. All right, Lechner, is Carter right? Is the solution here to buy and speculate on the rookies and the young players on the winning teams and give up on trying to buy any player going to the Jets or the Titans or the Browns going forward?
Jets, Titans, Browns might be tough. Yeah, those might be tough. I do think that there's a lot of bad luck involved. It's not even just with the rookie class. When you look at the landscape of football across the board, it feels like this year is the exception to recent years, that it's kind of just been brutalized with injuries. And that's an unfortunate part of our hobby as sports cards collectors, is the value of our cards is greatly impacted by injuries, and that's completely out of our control and completely really out of anybody's control. So it is a lot of bad luck. I do agree that I do think that this was a particularly weak class to start with. The one thing, we mentioned Cooper Flagg. I'm not panicking about Cooper Flagg's market. I think that there was a little bit of inflation just with the excitement of the new release. We see this all the time. Products come out. If you're first to market with cards from a new release, you're most likely going to get maximum value. And then as more cards hit the market, those start to go down. So that one doesn't make me panic as much. But yeah, a lot of bad luck. You do need to proceed with caution when you're prospecting, when you're buying rookies, whether that's football rookies, whether you're doing, Bowman prospects, things like that. Hype, I say this all the time, hype oftentimes sells more than reality.
Oh,
That's
for sure.
why you see prospects and rookies before they've even taken the field in a major league or an NFL game selling for bigger numbers than Hall of Fame guys. Sometimes it blows my mind. I can't quite comprehend it. But yeah, I do think that there's maybe a little bit of a weak draft class, maybe an element of a lot of bad luck as well. But yeah, you gotta proceed with caution. If it's a guy you believe in, sometimes you just gotta stick to it and hope you're not caught holding the bag.
I think I think we should impose a law upon all collectors in the sports card space that every dollar, I'm gonna pose a law on these people out here. Every dollar that they spend or that you spend or that I spend on a rookie quarterback, you must also spend $1 on an all-time great. You got to every rookie. You got to put $1 into Dan Marino, John Elway, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Johnny Unitas, Joe Namath. You got to put $1 there. Put $1 into Walter Payton, Barry Sanders. Put dollars there. Jerry Rice. You want to buy your Michael Penix cards? I'm looking at myself. You want to buy your Michael Penix cards? I got a lot of Michael Penix. I bought them too. Fine, Jeff. Buy your Michael Penix cards, but every dollar you spend on Michael Penix, go spend $1 on John Elway. Like, just do it. I
wish I had.
I wish I had. We'd be retired right now. I'd turn the card shop over to Carter and head to Tahiti for 3 weeks. But yeah, it is something that people need to, obviously, anytime you're buying these young players, this can happen. Yeah. This year's a little more of an extreme example than normal. This season is more of an extreme because the last 2 years, it was better. 2 years ago, you had C.J. Stroud, who was red hot all season long, his rookie year, and his card prices were going berserk. Last season, you had Jaden Daniels, and actually a lot of the quarterbacks last year showed some flashes, but Jaden Daniels in particular, red hot all season long, his card prices going berserk. This year, we're looking at the guys, and we're like, who's it going to be? Cam Ward? Nope. Jackson Dart? Nope. Wait. None of the guys? Travis Hunter? Nope. None of these guys? Right. We can't even get Ashton Jeanty to run for 100 yards in a game. We can't get any of these guys to do anything on the field. So, unfortunately, this year has been a little bit of bad luck.
Yeah, it's been tough.
But it is the risk that you take whenever you invest in rookies and speculate in rookies. But I agree with you. Don't give up on Cooper Flagg. Yeah. The kid is 18 years old. 18. He should right now be a college freshman. He moved up, he moved up a year to go to college a year early when he was only 17. He is 18 years old. He is going to be fine. Yeah. Give him a couple of years. I agree. And he's going to start to develop and really come along. It's just not going to be instant because he's 18 years old. Right. Of course it's not going to be instant. Right. Give the guy a little bit of time. Yep. He's going to be fine. So his price is down 56%. That's a little bit reactionary. And
I think overall there's just not enough exciting cards for him that the market really wants too. You either got his Topps flagship cards or his college cards. Yeah. So we got Chrome coming out soon, which is exciting. Yeah.
I think he's going to be all right long term. All right. That's a lot there, guys. We got a lot more to talk about as well. We got a big time card shop robbery in New York City. We got some new Topps cards. We got a report from StockX that may shake you guys up on how strong the Labubu market is compared to sports cards. We're going to talk about that. But first, we got a big announcement. Our Arena Club slab packs, our sports card investor Arena Club slab packs are back. They just dropped right now. During the show, they're live on Arena Club. And there's 2 levels of Arena Club slab packs, an $800 level and a $300 level for these new sports card investor slab packs. There's some awesome stuff in there. In the $800 level, there's grails like a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth, a 2016 LeBron James from downtown, first year of downtown, good investment card right there, and a 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan BGS 9. And in the $300 slab pack, they've got grails such as the 52 Bowman Mickey Mantle in a PSA 5, a LeBron Jordan Kobe triple jersey, and a 2000 Bowman Chrome Tom Brady in a BGS 9.5. Outstanding cards. Go check them all out on arenaclub.com. Promo code SCI gets you 20% off your first slab pack. Download the Arena Club app or go to arenaclub.com, promo code SCI. We also ripped a few, not of our sports card investor slab packs, because we don't want to rip our own slab packs. That's bad juju right there. We can't be doing that. but we ripped some of their new case hit series.
Yeah.
This is $1,000 high-end case hit specialty series slab pack. Lechner.
I'm excited.
Let's see what you got,
Let's do
Lechner.
it. Yeah.
Let's see what you got.
Ooh, okay, yeah, LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo Color Blast.
All right, nice. I'm not a huge basketball guy myself, but I love a Color Blast. How could you not?
Color Blasts are super
cool.
tough.
Yeah,
Super tough.
awesome.
All right.
Sweet
Let's
card.
see.
Carter, let's see what you got. This is multi-sport case hit. What did Carter get?
Bang!
nice.
John Moran. There we go.
Love a kaboom.
There we go.
Kaboom. All right, we got a
the
Color
second
Blast.
year. We'll take that.
We got a Color Blast. We got a Kaboom. I rip one as well. Here we go. Case hit series.
Oh my goodness, the MVP!
Let's go.
There's Judge.
I think that's the best card of the
Nice.
three.
That's awesome.
In a
Nice.
10, in a
Another
PSA
Color Blast.
10.
Yeah, that's
In a
nice.
PSA 10. Aaron
Even
Judge
better.
Color Blast.
That's
All right,
more
guys.
my speed. That's more my speed.
That's nice. That's going
You want
to
to
the
trade?
collection.
You like John Moran, right?
No, I like Aaron Judge a bit better.
Oh, okay.
I like Aaron Judge a
LaMelo
bit better.
Ball,
You know,
Color Blast
yeah.
for Color Blast? Come on.
All right, guys, you can get 20% off one of those case hit packs or one of the sports card investor packs that are live right now. Promo code SCI for your first purchase on Arena Club. Let's jump into this next story. God, this one really made the news, right? I saw the New York Post do a story about Tom Brady's New York card shop, CardVault in New York City, getting robbed essentially of nearly $10,000 in cards. A very unfortunate instance. This is their brand new location in Soho. So CardVault just opened up in Soho in New York City 12 days before this robbery occurred. So a brand new store, but on October 20th, they were hit for around $10,000 in theft, according to the NYPD. A man attempted to pay for Pokemon and baseball cards. So he got $10,000 worth of Pokemon and baseball cards from this store. His card was declined on the card reader, but somehow he bypassed the credit card machine's denial. I don't know what trick that was, but that's a scary thing. Somehow like it got declined, but then he did something and then it like popped up and it was approved or it said okay or something happened. And he walked out of the store with the merchandise, and the teller was like, oh, well, he paid for it. It said so on the machine. Well, at some point they figured out he didn't actually pay for it. He tricked the machine. He walked out. So they called the police. And unfortunately, they're searching for the guy. They do have some photos and that kind of thing, but yeah. So they're investigating this. Chris Costa, good friend of the show, said that they have a strong loss prevention program, and he says it's an unfortunate reality and a high value hobby that this stuff is going to occur. We're scared of this every day, Carter. We live this reality every day at Cards HQ. You got to deal with. We got a lot of value out here. We got to deal with this kind of stuff. When you saw this story, Carter, what was your reaction?
I was disappointed. This is such a bummer whenever these stories pop up, but I'm happy it kind of happened in this way with no injuries or anything like that. There are a lot scarier ways that people could rob card shops. And so this is probably one of the least scarier ways. Now, as a business, it's scary. It's scary that someone could trick your system and, potential for that. But overall, I'm happy no one got hurt. Hopefully they find the guy. There are some clear images out there. This happened kind of in broad daylight in a sense. It's just an overall unfortunate situation.
Yeah. What did you think, Lechner?
Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Hate to hear it. I think the thing is like Chris even said, it's an unfortunate reality of being in a high value hobby. So for collectors, for ourselves, I think the lesson for us, even if you don't own a card shop, is to just be vigilant. Whether you're at a card show, whether you're selling cards online, whatever. There's people that are going to scam. There's people that are going to steal in this hobby, in this industry. So just be vigilant. Make sure you cross all your T's, you do your legit checks, do all the coining and things like that. Make sure you're checking your slabs like we talked about a few weeks ago, and just be vigilant, because again, there's people out there that are trying to steal, that are trying to scam. It sucks. I hate that we have to deal with it, but it is, like he said, it's an unfortunate reality in the hobby.
It is. And I'll give you the one silver lining. The fact that this was Tom Brady's card shop meant that it got widespread press attention. Yep. When I saw the New York Post writing about it, I was like, okay, the silver lining is this is putting, in a unfortunate way, but it is putting sports cards and Pokemon cards in the news, and it is saying, hey, people walk into shops like this every day and spend $10,000 on sports cards and Pokemon cards, which some people are shocked by that. They're like, wait, there's sports cards worth $10,000. There's Pokemon cards worth $10,000. The shop has $10,000 worth of cards.
Right.
And that is going to draw some attention, and that will actually draw some people in.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of marketing, positive. And I mean, obviously the story's bad, but they might actually get a little bit of marketing buzz from being in the New York Post, just getting their store name and location mentioned in the New York Post is a pretty big deal.
Sure.
And maybe they'll get some people in the store. So hopefully my hope for CardVault is this actually gives their sales a little bit of a boost by exposing new people to their store.
Yeah.
And then the $10,000 becomes an advertising fee.
Yeah.
Not the way you really want to buy advertising, but hey, maybe it works out in the long run.
I like the positive spin on it.
Little positive spin. All right, guys, let's jump into this next story. This one's a little more positive. We got a massive chase card being introduced to the hobby. You guys remember Shohei Otani's incredible performance in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. That was the game where he hit 3 home runs and he threw 10 strikeouts from the mound.
Ridiculous.
That his pants from that game, the Logoman, the MLB Logoman from his pants, game used, is now being put into a trading card by Topps, which of course is going to be an incredible chase trading card commemorating that game, the only game used, trading card. Everyone's going to want this thing from that particular game. Topps is coming out with a new product actually released today called the 2025 Topps MLB MVP Collection. Of course, it features him and Aaron Judge. If you order this, you get 5 encased cards, all numbered to 99 or lower. And you've got the chance at maybe getting that Dynasty Black 1/1 Logoman from that game. If you get lucky, it ends up in maybe your pack instead of somebody else's. What do you think, Carter, about this new product? And is this going to create another one of these ridiculous chases that everybody is vying for?
Oh boy, Jeff, you're going to love what I'm about to say. I love this product, first of all. And I think this card's going to sell for more than the 50-50.
Oh, really? Wow.
I do.
That one went for a ton of money. That one went for $1.1 million,
which was
right?
a record. Yep. The highest Ohtani seller. I think this card's actually worth more because I think this is the best game ever, the best single-handed performance ever in a game, in a playoff game, NLCS, and they ended up winning the World Series. Yeah. It's a postseason to remember forever, and I actually think people are going to remember that more than the 50-50. I think the game's evolving. Acuna got 40-70 a couple of years back. I think we're going to continue seeing players get close to 50-50 or 40-40s and 37-70s, whatever. So I actually think this is more special, more iconic, and going to be way more unique long term.
There's definitely an argument that could be made for that. Are you buying this, Lechner? Is this a bigger deal than going 50-50, actually having this one incredible game?
I think it's a strong argument. It's tough to counter it, honestly. I mean, I do think it's probably the greatest performance we've ever seen. I mean, certainly in our lifetime. I mean, I love. Dynasty in general is the pinnacle in the baseball card game right now. With the Dynasty Black, the thing that I love the most is they're not just super high-end cards; they're actually commemorating moments. Mm-hmm. There's nothing worse than getting a patch that's connected to nothing and maybe not even connected to a player, right? Like that this game-used piece of memorabilia is from this game where it was the greatest performance of all time. So I think it's a great. I think we very well could see it exceed that 50-50 sale.
That would be wild. It could absolutely happen. I bet a lot of people are going to order this product today. Insane. All right. Well, that's cool. That's
the Ohtani market is stronger.
I'd love to have it.
Stronger than ever.
I'd love to have it. I'm probably not going to pay $1.1 million plus for it, but I'd love to have it. That would be one heck of a card.
You're not going to put a $2 million bounty on it? Come on, Jeff. We got to get that card in Atlanta at Cards HQ.
Well, we don't like the Dodgers, though.
If all of my Michael Penix cards, if my Michael Penix cards had not just dropped 50%, then maybe I would have put a $2 million bounty on that.
How's Desmond Ritter doing? I think he's signed recently.
Too soon.
Where it's too soon. That's too soon. Don't compare Penix to Desmond Ritter. Penix is a lot better than Desmond Ritter ever was. Penix is going to be just fine. Hey guys, before our next story, let me take a moment real quick to tell you about something special on our supply wall here at Cards HQ. We carry so many different BCW supplies, and I want to show you these slab bumpers because I absolutely love these that we carry. These BCW slab bumpers, they go around your graded cards. They help protect them. They help in case you ever drop your cards or They kind of help prevent scratches from getting on your cards as well. And they add some really nice color to your cards. They got these in a bunch of different colors, blue, red, we got gray, green, purple, orange. They also come in clear and other colors as well. Here's the best part. Any BCW supply, whether it's these or top loaders or penny sleeves or binders or magnetic card holders, you can get 10% off. If you go direct to bcwsupplies.com and use promo code SCI when you check out, 10% off slab bumpers and everything on bcwsupplies.com, promo code SCI. All right, guys, one more story today. StockX just came out with a big facts report that is reporting that this year in collectibles, at least on their marketplace, has been all about Pokemon and Labubu. Not sports cards at all. It's been all about Pokemon and Labubu. They are reporting, StockX is reporting, that on their website, Pokemon card sales are up 339% year over year. Up 339% year over year on StockX's website. Magic the Gathering is up 740% year over year. So actually Magic's up the most out of all of the categories on their website. They also have reported an explosion in Labubu toy sales. It has become one of the best 10 selling items almost every single day of the year on their website all year long. They've had Labubus in the top 10 of the hottest selling items on all of StockX. By the way, Topps cards, here's your comparison to sports cards, they're up a lot as well, but they're only up 127% on the year. So 127% gain for sports cards on StockX sounds pretty good, but that's only a third of Pokemon and only a seventh of Magic the Gathering. Carter, what does this data mean to you?
I love Labubus. I'm so excited to hear this. Now, did you know there's a Labubu movie coming out?
Is there really?
Yeah, it is in the works right now.
Wow.
Unless my sources are fake.
I like Labubu more than SpongeBob. I would choose.
Cut the show.
I would choose
it.
Labubu cards
That's
over
the wrong
SpongeBob
two guys
cards.
to say that to.
Oh my goodness,
Big
not even
SpongeBob
close.
guys
But I
on
mean, the
this side
market
of the
may say
table.
otherwise, so I get what you're saying. You know, like you said, this is still impressive for Topps. You know, plus 127% year over year. You know, what I think is most surprising is Magic, right? Magic the Gathering has absolutely leveled up when it's come from an IP perspective. They've been cutting off some crazy great sets. I think, you know, they've been known for their playability, but the collectability is really advanced. So I'm really pumped about that. But I think this is all about Labubu this year. That's you know, when, you know, we're going to be saying Happy New Year. We're going to you know, a New Year show's coming up here in about a month, and we're going to be talking about the rest of this year, and it's all about Labubus.
Is it about Labubu for you, Lechner?
A Labubu never tore its ACL.
That is true.
I know that.
That is true.
I know that. Pikachu never tore an ACL. Never tore an Achilles. Yeah, here's what, whether it's Pokemon, Magic, Labubu, Topps, all of this data. It's cool to collect.
Yes.
Man, as a lifetime collector, like collecting used to be like a nerdy thing, right? Like maybe some people would like make fun of you because you like to collect as a kid. Like collecting is cool, and that should excite all of us that are in the hobby. Again, whether it's TCG, sports cards, Labubus, whatever it is, like collecting is cool. That's good for all of us collectively that enjoy and love this hobby.
That's a nice way to end the show, Lechner. That's a good speech there.
18.
I appreciate that.
18.
You guys brought it today. Good job to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys out there as well for watching the show. And don't forget about all these Arena Club slab packs, the Sports Card Investor slab packs, which dropped today, and the Case Hit Special Edition slab pack. 20% off with promo code SCI on your first purchase on arenaclub.com or the Arena Club app. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon with our next episode. Take care.